In this video, I want to show you how to color grade your highlights, shadows, and midtones or any part of your image independently. Because as you know, when I click on infinite color, it's going to color grade the entire image. But if we want to be very specific about it, how do we do it? Well, I'm going to show you how. This image is by Ursula Schmitz, and I want to thank her for this beautiful photograph. It's very ominous and very interesting. First, I want to right-click on the Create button so I can uncheck Group Mask. And if you haven't learned or seen the tutorial and videos about how to use infinite color, please check out our website at infinitecolor.com and you can see that and then come back here. All right, so firstly, I'm going to go ahead and create a color grade that I generally like and maybe one that I'm going to use to reflect our shadows. And I think that looks pretty cool. And so what I'll do now is I'm going to go over to Select, Color Range, and here where it says Select Sample Colors, you can of course select the area that you want because it'll select the color range that you're looking for, which is also a very cool way to make selections. But I'm going to come down here and select Highlights. And so you can see now, if I adjust this fuzziness slider all the way to the right, it selects all the highlights that are in the image and then some. And the range also adjusts exactly what range I want to select. So you can bring your sliders to the left if you want and start increasing the range first. And then once you get your general area selected like this, you can see here that it's now selecting most of the highlights all the way to the midtones because this band here shows me the range. You can see the darker it gets, that represents the shadows. So I've come all the way up to say like the midtones because it's like neutral gray. And you can see here that it selects most of the sky and most of this little bits here. But one thing to note is it's looking really sharp, right? And that's what fuzziness does. Fuzziness will soften those transitions really well. So once the transitions are softened enough to the point where I like it, I'm going to just adjust the range again to match what I'm going for. I think that looks really nice. It's selecting the clouds. It's, has a nice fall off into the mountainous area. And you can play with that and get what you want. Then I'll say OK. Once it makes a selection, I'm going to select my group here, click on the mask button, and then automatically it adds this. Let me show you really quick. It adds this mask. And if I hold Option or Alt and then click on the mask, you can see my selection. And I'll hit Option and Alt and click it again and get out of there. So let's turn on this group here. You can see here that I've actually selected my highlights, which was what I was intending to do. And now it made the skies really, really cool. I can increase the opacity if I want as well. And now the skies look really awesome. Conversely, I could do the same thing the other way. Let's create a color grade that reflects the mountains nicely. Something like that. And now when I go to Select and Color Range, and actually, let's do the opposite. Let's go ahead and click on Shadows. And I will do the opposite like that. I think that looks pretty good. I don't really need to adjust this too much. I think that looks really nice. And say OK. And then I'm just going to click on the mask. And now I have two separate color grades, one for the mountains and one for the sky. So that's how you are able to do that. You can also do the same thing by doing the deepest shadows if you would like. Let me hit Option and click on Create again. And let's say that I want to do something super crazy. Let's say like a magenta like that. Okay. Let me turn that off for a second. Oops, I didn't mean to have two. Let me go into Select, Color Range. I'll go Shadows, but this time I'm going to select just the darkest parts. And I'll do that. So it's just this little area here. I'll say yes. I will click on Infinite Color here and click the mask button. And just like that, you can see the darkest shadows have this magenta tone. Obviously, I don't necessarily want to do that. This was just an example of how to do that. So I hope this video helped. This is how you make selections in different areas and then color grade them independently. If you would like to see more, please check out our website at infinitecolorpanel.com. Please join our Facebook and Instagram groups. and or Facebook groups and Instagram page, I should say. And I hope you have a lot of fun using this panel.